Hi, all you beautiful people out here. Welcome back to Artodontics, world's first ever art platform for the dentist by the dentist. Yeah, so guys, you won't believe we are really privileged to have the world's most beautiful woman as our guest today, literally and technically too. Dr. Akshata Prabhu, the world's most beautiful woman. So we are just waiting for her to join in. Yeah, till then, guys, I can just tell you one thing about Dr. Akshata is that she's not only beautiful as a person, but she's beautiful inside out. She's one of the most beautiful persons. Very humble, and being a pediatric dentist, she can relate to all the daily problems that we have. And it is really wonderful. It is a privilege to have her around today. Awesome. See? And let me introduce you till the time Akshata comes on board. Let me introduce you to her. We have other people. We have other people joining in. It's really wonderful. Hi, Mrs. Minnie. Hi, Abhishek. Hope you all are doing well. So let me introduce you to Dr. Akshata. By the time she joins in, that will kind of save us a lot of time. Friends, Dr. Akshata is Mrs. International World India 2019-20. She is Miss World First Runners-Up 2019. She is the CEO and brand ambassador of International Glamour Project. And you know what is it all about? It is India's biggest internationally associated pageant platform for teens, Miss and Mrs. both. There Akshata sends a request and we are going to accept this request. There, I guess she should be in for within a minute. Till then, we will just continue with her introduction.
Hello.
Hey, Akshata, hi.
How are you, Vaishali ma'am?
Hi, dear. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good too.
We are looking fresh, gorgeous, and lovely as usual. By the time you were joining in, Akshata, by the time you were joining in, I was, I was just introducing you, Akshata, and I finished almost most of the introduction so that we can hear it from you, actually.
Oh,
but one of the most important introduction in remaining is what she added, friends, to our CV is that she's the wife of the strong man, Iron Man, Dr. Swaroop Puranik. Iron Man is an athletic term, basically. We can elaborate about it later on. Isn't it, Akshata? Right. And she's the mother of a beautiful 4-year-old daughter, Mirka. And without wasting too much time in only introducing our beautiful queen out here, let us hear it from her directly. So, Akshata, how's the lockdown treating you?
Firstly, thank you, Vaishali ma'am, for having me on this platform of orthodontics. And I'm extremely honored and privileged to be associated with you, who is the founder of orthodontics. And I have to congratulate you on taking this initiative to establish a platform which brings out the art out of the hearts of all the dentists. So congratulations to you on that.
Thank you so much, dear. And all the encouragement you all me up, Thank you so much. You're really wonderful. Now, Akshata, I'm going to really start directly. Tell me more about yourself than what people know.
No
Tell me, dear.
I couldn't hear you. Could you please?
Okay.
There was a lag there. There was a
Okay.
lag there. So could you repeat the
No, no.
question, please?
I said tell me more about yourself that we don't know.
Okay. First, let me tell you about the things that everybody knows so that I set a nice foundation. Well, I'm the reigning Mrs. International World India 2019-2020. And I am also currently the CEO and brand ambassador of the International Glamour Project, which is India's biggest pageant platform for Miss Teen India, Miss India, and Mrs. India.
Wonderful.
And all this happened last year in 2019, where I was actually I wasn't really exploring opportunities, but opportunities that were thrown to me by destiny, and I had to pick and choose. So yes, the current roles that I'm playing are very much around this. Apart from that, I am a pediatric dentist. I have a clinical experience of about 10 years of treating kids exclusively. And
Wonderful.
I was a professor also at Diva Patil University in Navi Mumbai at the School of Dentistry. And I've taught students for a little more than 8 years. So I was
Wonderful.
almost there to take my professorship, because as you know, once you complete 9 years and you get the professor tag.
I know.
And apart from teaching and clinical experience, I also have a stint in fashion modeling. I have been a professional model and
Oh, wow.
also into acting for about 5 years. And this was before I finished my BDS.
Wonderful. And that was
So a
during your
lot of,
BDS.
yes. So
During.
there is a small story associated with this. As a teenager, when I was about 18 years old, I always wanted to explore the field of glamour and glitz. You know, sometimes you're like awestruck and glamour struck. So yes, I was also, and because I had that inclination, I told my dad that, Dad, I want to shoot my fashion portfolio, you know, so that I really explore this field. And he just looked at me and said that you come from a very academically inclined family, because my dad also has been like always the topper and this and that. And see, so he said that go ahead and give your entrance exam, your medical entrance exam. If you get a merit seat in it, I will fund your fashion portfolio completely. And just to get my fashion portfolio, yes, I studied for my entrance exam like, yes, day and night. And there I was, I got a merit seat in the medical entrance exam. And I had all my options. I could choose MBBS, BDS, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, you name it. And yes, I chose dentistry. You know that there is an understanding that if you don't get MBBS, then you choose BDS. But I'm one of those people who have let my MBBS seat go away to somebody else, and I've very happily chosen dentistry.
Yeah, so we belong to the same gang basically. Me too.
Wow.
That's really nice. But why dentistry then, Akshata?
Well, ma'am, I have to say that dentistry also had a glamour quotient associated with it. As an 18-year-old, I didn't know much about dentistry because I didn't have too many dentists in my family or my distant family as well. But there was something about, you know, cosmetic dentistry and smile designing and stuff like that, and, you know, spreading smiles that really attracted me. And yeah, as an 18-year-old, I thought I would be better off being that smart and glamorous dentist, which I am.
You are definitely. And I'm sure as a pediatric dentist, you must be a very kind and loving dentist. There's no doubt about it.
Actually, I found my passion for children after I finished my 5 years of BDS. So during my 5 years of BDS, I was busy exploring which part of dentistry do I really enjoy. And when I finished my BDS and got the DR in front of my name, I had to sit down and ask myself to choose firstly between the two paths, whether I want to still continue my modeling and acting, because by then I had done about 5 years of professional modeling. I had modeled for brands like L'Oreal and Smirnoff, and worked for multiple A-list fashion designers, etc. So I'd done all of that. And then the other path was whether to go ahead with my master's. So my inner calling is something that I really listened to, and I decided to willingly give up my fashion modeling career. My parents were completely in support of me because I proved myself in my fashion zone as well. I was dating my then boyfriend, now husband, so even he was like, go ahead with it if you feel for it. But I was feeling for pediatric dentistry, and that is why I chose to do masters in pediatrics.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That is a very, really wonderful journey, because doing your post graduation also teaches you a lot of things, isn't it?
Oh,
You go through a lot, and you have to really learn a lot out of it. So Akshata, I'll just get on to the next thing that we want to know about you. Have you experienced criticism for competing into pageantry?
Oh, ma'am, I have to be very honest and very open about this, that in India, pageantry is considered as a road to Bollywood, which is not exactly the case. Where I come from is, especially because of my international pageant journey that started last year, after meeting and interacting with queens all over the world, not only in India, I have realized that pageantry is a platform that gives you an opportunity to become a role model, a spokesperson, more important and bigger than just taking records to Bollywood or just movies. I'm not saying that that's the bad route or anything, but that's not the only route. So we as Indians, we need to change our mindset a little bit, because wearing that crown is like a responsibility. It's not a gateway to Bollywood. So this is the change in perspective that I really feel I need to bring about, because currently I own this venture called the International Glamour Project, which is a pageant platform. So
I just introduced you with that, till the time you were joining, that you are onto this huge, you are the CEO of this platform, which must be a very huge responsibility. I'm sure.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
What were your emotions? What were your thoughts when you were filling up your form for pageantry? Like, I'll be able to do it. You believed in yourself. I've named your this journey as Dare to Dream. I'm sure this must have been your dream.
Well, I have dared a lot, I would say. I have to give a lot of credit to my motherhood journey for this. It is after becoming a mother, I actually got a nudge, from when I looked at my daughter and I said, where have I lost my own, that Akshata which was there? Because sometimes I also realize that sometimes we get so absorbed in fulfilling our duties as a daughter, as a daughter-in-law, as a wife, as a mother, that you tend to forget your passion, your dream, and what you really lived for. And that's when I looked at my daughter and I realized that I want to be her role model. And I decided to delve into pageantry because it gave me a huge platform to reach out to so many women out there who are struggling with this kind of self-belief that you spoke about. We women lack that self-belief at times. And it's our image that we form in our minds, which is necessary to break. Only then we'll be able to allow the society to see us in a very golden and a very positive perspective. So yes, it is after this that I really delved, after becoming a mother, that I delved into the field of pageantry. And I was also about 20 kilos overweight, because sometimes pregnancy really does a lot of damage to your, so whatever you see me right now, I was 20 kilos plus of this.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. So I'll call you later on for the tips of losing weight.
Oh, absolutely.
So also, Akshata, I would also like to, I would also like to know whether the pageantry, it objectifies women. Do you feel? Because that is a normal thing that everybody feels, that you feel that general people feel that it objectifies women. You think so?
Yes, I would say that there has been a mindset where when you talk about pageantry, the visual that appears in your mind or your eyes is ladies parading in swimsuits. But that's not what pageantry is all about. it's a platform that provides strong women like you and me to come out there and voice our opinions. And what I have realized in my past journey of about 6 to 8 months, as when I'm wearing the crown, people sit up and notice what I'm speaking. I have been working for the welfare of children and serving their oral healthcare needs for almost a decade, as I mentioned in my introduction. But the moment I wore my crown, people started noticing even my profession as a pediatric dentist. They started realizing, oh, she's not just a dentist. She's a pediatric dentist. So there's a specialty called pediatric dentistry.
Correct.
So I have not only contributed in creating that awareness socially with other social causes, but also towards my profession and many, many more. So rather than just objectifying or commenting on the beauty of the woman, I think it's the inner beauty also that comes to the fore. And it is about how she speaks, how she carries herself, and what she projects is what really matters.
Absolutely. And this is really motivating, Akshata, because, you know, there are many girls who would like to go into it, but there is a strong opposition from parents. Yeah, apne liye nahi hai. You know, that thing.
Yes,
So it is not that, you know, this is going to be very, very motivating for many girls who are trying to leap into it or trying to jump into it. So I'm going to definitely take a little more insights from you with that, in that respect, you know. So Akshata, tell me the sacrifice and the hardest sacrifice that you had to make while preparing for this pageantry.
Sacrifice. I wouldn't say I would call it a sacrifice, but I would call it a challenge. I think I really discovered my multitasking abilities much more than what I knew I could achieve or rather do, because yes, I was preparing for my national pageant. I wanted to win that crown because, like I just mentioned, because when you have that crown, you have the entire world sitting up and listening to you. Plus,
Yes.
I wanted to make my family proud, my friends, my colleagues, my supporters, all of them who were rooting for me. So many of them have been so encouraging during my fitness journey where I was losing those 20 kilos, you know. I wanted to prove it to them that your support has not gone waste. And moreover, because I have a young daughter, you just mentioned I have a 4.5-year-old kid. So giving her time, not
Yes.
neglecting her, yet taking care of myself, yet supporting my Iron Man, my husband, who also achieved his title of Iron Man in 2019 itself. So it
all in all, a
brought out-
wonderful 2019.
Absolutely, it has been. So we did sow the seeds in 2018, and every year as a couple we set goals. And this was the goal that both of us had set for each other. And to uplift each other is the real chemistry, is what I believe in when it comes to a couple. So it is all of this that I discovered. I didn't know I had all this in me.
Absolutely. I that is what, you know, basically when we land up, when we face the challenge face to face, that is the time, that is the inner strength of a woman that comes out. And you have beautifully, you know, utilized that, and as beautifully you are outside, you are inside. I was just mentioning it to people before you joined in. It is this only, that you have to complement each other, what I call it. You know, like
Yes,
in colors, when we talk about art, you have complementing colors. So you have to complement each other. Only then the life overall becomes beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And also, Akshata, we have all heard about the story of the archetype of an hero's journey in which he all set out to find and slay a monster and all that. So that monster of the story can be a person, it can be an obstacle, or also it can be in the realm of your psychological aspect. So what was your monster, Akshata, and how did you slay your monster?
Well, I would say in my story, the monsters were real human beings.
That's what I said. I objectified it.
Yeah,
Or rather,
you were being very kind and polite, but I prefer to be brutal and ruthless. There are people, I have to admit that there are people who discourage you, they demotivate you, they talk nonsense, they speak nasty things. And I as a person have felt how can you be so uselessly non-productive living on this planet Earth? As an individual, my parents have always raised me up, telling me that if you're not doing anything to uplift another individual, your living is worthless. And when I came across, so when I came across people who do not think twice about about discouraging somebody, if something positive is being done, they will try and find some loophole, some negative thing, cling on to it, make a nice, I can visualize it, but maybe I cannot describe it right now. Maybe a web of those nasty comments.
So that you get trapped into it.
Yes, they want you to be trapped into it. The real deal is whether you fall into the trap or no. So I have always steered clear from all these traps that have been laid. I have been told things like, you're a dentist. Why you've been in the top 10 of pediatric dentists. You've been so popular. Are you throwing your career away for something like pageantry or Mrs. India and all? And I have just looked at them and said, oh, you think really small. Try to increase the horizon of what you are thinking. Then I have been told, this was told to one of my very close friends by one of the noted dentists. I would not like to name him because I'm not here to defame anybody.
Yeah,
he said to her, I think Akshata is undergoing depression. That is why she's participating in a pageant and all. And when she told me, I actually burst out laughing and I said, this is so entertaining.
But that is a very good way of looking at it.
Yeah, I also had one of my friends' colleague, and she was a female, and I didn't expect something like this coming from a female. She says, oh, I think Akshata's entering a pageant because she's going through midlife crisis or something. And I was like, wow, you're increasing my vocabulary.
I was about to say that increasing your vocabulary with all these things. So how did you handle it? I'm sure there will be some overwhelming moments.
In fact, ma'am, I would say that the kind of person that I am, I love hearing all this about me. I love when there is gossip about me because one, I realize that if people are talking about you, you are definitely doing something extraordinary, that you are the talk of their chai conversations, even when you're not present there. So
Wonderful.
that in itself, you've made a difference, that it bothers them. And secondly, I use these comments like fuel to my fire, the fire that is there in my belly, because this is not where I'm stopping, where I'm the CEO or the Mrs. International World. I have a lot of plans ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and ahead. And I would love more of such comments because they just push me to go ahead.
That's really nice. I'm sure even that is number 2 quote of the day, which people have to note down: how to break your shackles.
Absolutely.
That is very, very important, Akshata. That is a real good thing. So I'm sure you must have gone through some disappointment also somewhere during your this journey. See, why I'm asking you about all these things, I want you to inspire the world. You're already an inspiration. You're already a motivation. And when we talk about those things and how you have overcome these, that will be a very big inspiring thing for other people also. So we'll talk about more of the other journey again in the later part of it. But I would like to definitely know, how did you bounce back from your disappointments, if at all you had any?
Yes. So, ma'am, I think when I was preparing for this pageant of mine, I gave it my 100%. I would say not even 100%, more than 100%. I gave it everything that I had, because tomorrow when I would look back, I don't want to tell myself, oh, I should have concentrated on this aspect. I would have done this. I would have done that. Then things would have been better. So I did not want to have an ounce of remorse or regret. So I gave it more than 100%, if I may put it that way. And on the pageant grand finale night, so you always know that the winner is the one that is really going to be the epitome of grace, elegance, success. So of course, I also had my eyes set on the crown. But unfortunately, I was declared as the first runner-up, and not as the main winner. So it was Mrs. India World, first runner-up is what I was declared at. And there was somebody else who was the main winner. I was second to her. I could say that I'm second in the journey. So that night, I just thought to myself, first I got a bit disappointed. Then I thought to myself, what is it that I would have done otherwise to be second, to be first and not second? And the answer that I got from inside is nothing, nothing at all. You did exactly whatever you were supposed to. And in the next few months, I got a call from Mrs. International World, which is based in Miami, Florida, from the CEO herself. And she said, we loved your performance. We followed you on social media. And there I was representing India at Mrs. International World. I will be going to Miami very soon to represent my country.
Wow.
And then I get another call where she says, then I want you to endorse the International Glamour Project because we are launching ourselves in India. Then I get another call saying, I want you to be the CEO as well as the brand ambassador. So it just got one thing led to the other. And I was like, maybe if I was the winner, I may have not received all these opportunities. So as the first runner-up, I have received more opportunities than even the winner, if I can say that. And
that is amazing.
I think that it's just written for you. It's in your destiny. I was destined to all these things, and I think there is someone up there sitting, watching all the hard work that you do. And sometimes at that moment, you may not realize whether justice is being done or no. But in due course of time, you really get your due.
Friends, point number 3. I'm just collecting the points for them. No, that's really wonderful. That's really wonderful. I'm sure anybody would be upset that you are not the first, but the way how you take things matters the most. That matters the most. And I'm sure the way you have progressed into it, and I see that you're doing a lot towards humanitarian efforts also. So that is also something God is seeing and giving you all these things. So what kind of humanitarian efforts are these, Akshata?
So, ma'am, I have dedicated my 10 years of service to oral healthcare needs of children, as I mentioned. During that entire journey, I have treated so many specially able children, blind patients, absolutely for free, needless to say. So, so I have rendered my services, my treatments, my advice, everything for free, especially for this strata of the society. There's so many kids from the low socioeconomic strata that I have treated. Apart from this, I am attached to a few NGOs where we've funded books because I really feel for education, and every child needs to be educated, whether it's a girl or a boy. So there's the education education sector that I've really worked in. Thirdly, when I was pregnant, and I used to go out with my big baby bump, I got a lot of questions from the society asking, so what do you think? It's a girl or a boy? And I realized that even if we may be in 2019 or 2020, Indian mindsets still need to change, because it doesn't matter if it's a girl or a boy. There are equal opportunities that need to be given irrespective of the gender. And it is the human potential that we need to respect, whether that potential comes from a male or a female, or for that matter, even a transgender.
True, absolutely. Absolutely.
Close to my heart, and I keep speaking about them. And a few other ones are like maternal mental health. I have suffered from postpartum depression for about 8 months, after delivery. And I know the drawbacks, the disadvantages, what a mother really goes through mentally as well as physically. So given a chance, I always promote maternal mental health. And apart from it, because I'm associated with the pageant platform, which is the International Glamour Project, I make it a point to make every woman as well as a man understand that it is the personality, it is the confidence, it is your spark that matters more than your height or your weight or your waist size, because these are things that are just physical attributes, external attributes. They can be worked on whenever you want, however you want. It is the inner glamour, which if is absent, you can't really do anything about it.
That is point number 4.
Oh, thank you.
But that is really wonderful, Akshata, because I feel generally, but as you said, yeah, however much we are learning, whatever we do, then always a little bit, that thing, that non-belief in yourself at times, because we get so kind of busy with our daily life, household chores, children, everything. So I always can set aside some time, and that is what all orthodontics is about. Trying to
Absolutely.
motivate people, trying to motivate
Absolutely.
people to set out time for themselves and paint or any hobby for that matter. So Akshata, how do you associate with art?
Um, Art is a very vast subject as I perceive it, ma'am. I feel whether it's your painting skills or your dancing skills or your singing skills, anything and everything, or for that matter, writing skills, anything
Yeah,
and everything which is associated with creativity is a part of art. So
absolutely.
you may pour your heart out onto a canvas with colors, or you may just scribble down your thoughts, and those thoughts may just transform into quotes tomorrow, and there'll be somebody else quoting you. So I would like to really focus on that creativity aspect, because as a dentist, as a mother, as a wife, as a pageant queen, I'm a human being, and every human being needs to showcase her creativity or his creativity through some form. And orthodontics is a platform where I met so many participants at the last year's exhibit
Yeah,
that
here
happened
I'll
at.
interrupt you. Here I'll interrupt you and tell our friends who are watching that she has been my guest of honor. Dr. Akshata has been my guest of honor for my orthodontic season 1 that we had held at Taj. And you won't believe, friends, I just one phone call, my husband got connected me to her, and just one phone call, and Akshata said, "Yes, I'm coming." And the rest is history. Everybody knows what happened.
Oh, thank you. I said yes because of two things, ma'am. One, because you're this super dynamic woman who
Thank you.
I totally respect, because of the hardships that you have gone through in your life and the kind of woman that you have transformed yourself into. That is absolutely respectable. And secondly, because of this strong personality, you created this platform so that you uplift so many other people. So that was fantabulous.
And what you can tell our people what kind of art exhibited by all the dentists? How was it? Dentists are
Oh
so
yes,
talented. Let us take it for
yes.
ourselves.
I I have to say that I met almost about 40 to 50 contestants last year who were displaying their art. It was pottery, it was canvas art, it was different types of art. It was just creativity, a splurge of creativity, I would say. And I met them personally. I spoke to them when I was going through their art displayed, and I realized that those individuals were really pouring their heart out. Some of them were real introverts, and they did not want to speak out much. But when I asked them questions about their art, they just went pat 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 pat, and they were like more than happy to talk about it, because I realized that it came right from their heart. It was not
Correct.
like somebody was interviewing them. So I realized how important that art is to them. So it's always, when somebody asks you about things that are your favorite, you always start ranting whatever you want. But if somebody
Absolutely.
asks you like a GK level question, you'll start thinking, you think about your image, whether the opposite person is going to judge me or no, these kind of. So all the contestants, all the participants that I met at last year's exhibition, they just loved their heart, because they poured their heart into whatever that display was.
Yeah, and I also feel that probably people like you can take things more forward. Probably somewhere more into your platform. Also, you can have such things. We were thinking of that collaboration. Let us see if we can still.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And also, what form of art are you into, Akshata?
Well,
Besides
I
pageantry.
like to. I like to explore my creative streak with dancing. I am a
Oh,
dancer, and I have learnt about 8 dance forms myself.
wow.
So thank you,
So,
thank you. I
so you are going to be you are going to be a participant in my Orthodontics 3.0,
oh,
where I'm going
I
to
didn't
have
expect that
performing
coming.
arts.
I didn't expect that coming at all.
So
But
they
apart
will,
from dancing, I have 2 other loves that I would say. One is writing, and I love to write. Although I don't really make my writings public, because somewhere that's one side of me which is a little private side of me. So it takes me a lot of thinking. It takes me a lot of time to muster up the courage to put my writing out there in the open. But I'm currently working on this. I have to say, I am currently in the process of authoring a book. So it'll take me some time to write that book, but I will be showcasing that piece of art of mine to the world. And the third
that's
love that I have, which really brings out my creative streak, is speaking. I enjoy public speaking a lot. I enjoy interacting with people. I enjoy learning every time I'm meeting somebody, whether it's a 10-year-old kid or a 60-year-old woman. It's going to be something that I learn from the opposite person. That's how I look at
oh,
it.
that's very good. So that makes it point number 5.
Oh, you're actually
That
keeping a count.
that everybody can be your guru. You have to
Yes,
learn, take good things from good people, leave the rest of it. Isn't it?
yes. There are so many role models all around.
Yes, yes. And you are the biggest role model, Akshata.
Oh,
So
thank you so much.
what would you, we will go back to your pageantry thing, Akshata. I'm sure there would be very many young girls who would like to know about how to enter pageantry and what are you doing. I heard the other day in one of your interviews that you have introduced Miss Teen or first time or something.
Yes. Yeah, so what I believe in the standards, creating or building the standards of pageantry is, we always have had the miss,
Huh.
having been adorned with that adulation, that admiration, the crown. We have Femina Miss India anyways, that's been running in our country for about 30 years. And we have products like Priyanka Chopra, Lara Datta, Aishwarya Rai, who've kind of set standards.
Yeah.
When we were assimilating the entire panel of the International Glamour Project, I had to make that call to Dr. Aditi Govitrikar, who is the only Indian who has won the Mrs. World crown till
Yes.
date.
Yes.
And when she heard my concept, and she said, of course, Akshata, I'm on board. So my ideology is to, Mrs. is already here. I'm trying to bring the Miss to the same level as Miss in our country, because I have also realized that marriage and motherhood, these two are considered as obstacles in our Indian society rather than considering them as blessings. So
Mm.
you can be 45 years old, you can still bag a modeling assignment, you can still be that role model, you can still be a spokesperson. So what if you're married? So what if you are a mother? It doesn't stop you. It should not be a limitation. As a woman, I feel each woman is limitless. And coming to the teenagers, coming to the teenage part, we don't have a Miss Teen India. And when I started my international journey and I started interacting with queens who are living abroad, I interacted with a 16-year-old from Venezuela, or maybe a 15-year-old from Cuba. And I realized that the opportunities that they get in their country is what really makes them so confident, so amazing. And I said, why do the Indian teenagers lack that kind of confidence? That is because we don't have a platform. So I
Correct.
went ahead and introduced Miss Teen India. So we have the eligibility criteria as 14 to 18 years. And
Wonderful.
we give them the opportunity to start young, so that when they are 18, they've already seen the world, they've interacted, they've explored, and they already have the feel of becoming a successful person.
So how do they join this?
I'll share with you my website details. They
Yes,
can
that
go
would
on
be
to the
nice.
website, which is www.theinternationalglamourproject.com. There
Hmm.
is an eligibility criteria written, which only talks about personality and confidence being your required credentials or eligibility criteria. You need to be in the category of 14 to 18 years. That's the age division. And you can go ahead and sign up that form. You'll get a call for the audition. If the judges really like you, then you're selected as the finalist, and then you start your mentoring process with all these mentors who will be mentoring you. And these mentors come from the international as well as national repute. So we have mentors who will be traveling from New York, United States to India to actually groom these guys. We already have someone like Aditi Govitrikar, then we have Alicia Raut, and like that we have like almost 20 mentors on board who are of great repute and who will be personally mentoring and training these finalists, so that tomorrow when they represent India on the international platform, they really make us proud.
Oh, wonderful. Just the way you have made India proud, Akshata. We are so proud of you. Really, we are really proud of you. So, Akshata, I'm going to give you a few rapid fire questions. The bouncers.
Oh, that's my first rapid fire on Instagram Live. I'm so excited.
So you have to answer in one word, okay?
Okay.
You're a set.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
You're a set. Your biggest
asset. My asset, okay. My asset, my eyes.
Oh, I can look deep into it. Yes, I can. And digging into history, any one person you would like to have lunch with?
I love not one. Can I choose two, please?
No. Okay, chalo.
Okay. Difficult. I love two legends. One is Mrs. Indira Gandhi. I am in awe of her leadership skills. I've read so much about her. In fact, when I was in 6th standard, I also dressed up as Indira Gandhi in a fancy dress competition. And the second one is Jhansi ki Rani, Rani Lakshmi Bai. Right. It was my mother who dressed me up as Jhansi ki Rani when I was in 3rd grade or 4th grade, I don't remember, in another fancy dress competition. That time I had no clue who she was. But after that, I started reading so much about her that I'm really impressed by her valor that she had. Absolutely. So yeah, these are these two people from history.
Wonderful, wonderful. So one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Nothing. I think I've done my everything in my life perfectly. I wouldn't like to undo anything.
So let me modify the question. One piece of advice you would like to give the younger generation?
Oh, I would want to say, and this time I'm getting in a little preachy mode. I would want to say to all the youngsters who are watching this live session that open your mind. Sometimes we try to close the windows and doors of our minds so much so that you feel that this can be done only in ABC way. But on the other side, after becoming 36 years old, I have realized that there is an XYZ road to it. There is LMN road to it. There is another, 10,000 ways in which you can approach the same thing. There is no one way. So open your mind and explore. Explore is what I will have to say to them.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Because, Akshata, I feel everyone is beautiful from inside, but God has, I think, been very kind to many people who are not very beautiful from outside. And they at times face a lot of social stigma or whatever you call it. So, probably we just need to motivate their inner self. Right?
Yes.
That's
absolutely,
what you meant,
absolutely.
Actually.
Yes, true, totally.
Yeah. So your dream vacation?
My dream vacation is wherever I am with my husband. The place doesn't matter.
Oh, that's so cute.
The company matters.
That's really sweet. So it could be just your own house, basically, where you can sit and talk to your
right
husband.
Now in my vacation because it's locked down and I have my husband with me 24/7. So it's vacation for me, my dream vacation.
Yeah. So Akshata, anything else from your side you would like to tell us about your journey, or any last piece of advice you would like to tell us?
Before signing off, I would like to say that there are a whole lot of opportunities out there. It is we who miss out on those opportunities because we can't see them. We just need to increase the horizon of our thinking, and there is nothing that is impossible in this world. Everything can be possible if you put your heart to it, if you set it as your goal and work towards it. It will be yours. I have always believed that hard work is the only religion that exists in this world, nothing else.
Right. That is wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure today people have a lot of takeaways, a lot of takeaways. Thank you so much, Akshata, for all your time and walking us through your journey. We really felt it was very palpable. Your enthusiasm, your way, you were so deep into it. It was, I'm having goosebumps saying that. It
Oh,
was
thank you
really
so much,
palpable.
ma'am.
And I'm sure
Thank
that
you.
is the reason why you are where you are. So
Oh, thank you
friends,
so much.
really I feel
So
that,
kind of you.
after walking through the journey of this beautiful queen who has made India proud on the face of this earth, it has been a motivating journey for all of us also. I mean, we all, I'm sure, I'm very motivated. Probably I will give you a call. Oldings are allowed for Mrs. International, right? Oldings like me. So probably I can ask you for that, little advice for that.
Absolutely.
And that is why, friends, we have Dr. Akshata today. We had Dr. Akshata today on our show because she dared to dream, friends. She dared to dream with open eyes, and she brought it to reality. She did not just dream about it. You have to work towards the reality to get it into reality. That is something very important. A very, very big message that, you have given to the world. That is why I titled it Dare to Dream. And it is not
Thank
very
you.
easy. It is not very easy to dream big. So stay tuned for folks. And Dr. Akshata is also going to be my guest of honor for Artodontics 2.0 online version, which we are going to launch on the 15th of August. And at 6 p.m. on 15th of August, we are launching our website, Akshata, you know that,
Yes, yes, I'm aware.
www.artodontics.com. Okay? And
Yes,
we are going to have a message from Dr. Akshata once again at that time.
yes.
But today, she has really told us how to break free from your shackles. Friends, take the message, go ahead in life. Life is beautiful. Get it into reality, or get all your dreams into reality. And Akshata is definitely there to help you out with that also. I'm sure an
Totally.
inspiring
Whoever
person.
needs to reach out, yes.
Thank you so much, Akshata, for your time and your
Thank you so
lovely
much,
presence.
Vaishali, ma'am.
We are we are really privileged to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
bye for today,
Bye-bye. Take
friends.
care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Take care. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.